Sam Fender has returned with eagerly anticipated third album, People Watching. How excited were you two?
Listen, Colin, I don't like this tone already.
No?
No, I already don't like it.
I was excited.
No, you weren't.
I was. I
Don't
was
lie
excited.
to me.
No, I
At
was.
what point? At what point?
Before I'd heard a single release from it. No, I am a Sam Fender fan, as history states.
Okay. Do we believe in history, or are we, religious fundamentalists?
No, I think I was sort of just on the fence.
Yeah,
Okay.
From the singles, it was a varied anticipation level.
Oh, no, I mean before the singles had been announced. When the album got announced, I was on the fence. But the singles that came out got me very excited.
Yeah, to be fair, I think my feeling is that the singles I very much enjoyed. I was concerned that the rest of the album was just going to be filler.
Yeah.
I've got something to say there, Callum.
No.
Mr. Knows everything about the album, inside out, back to front.
Oh yeah, back to front. I know all I need to know about it.
Okay. Share.
It's just a bit boring in my opinion. Someone who had such a promising debut album and singles before said debut album. I'm just a little bit disappointed. This is an artist who created songs like Dead Boys, Play God, and there is just nothing on this album that grabs me in any sort of way. To me, to you. Got you before you, Yanni. I know how your mind works. It's just not exciting. Everything's very not laboured. I don't know if that's the right word, but like a bit of a pedestrian pace. There's not even. I'm not expecting anything like spice. Anything that's like dead out there and is a complete outlier. But just something that just. It's a 50-minute album. Most songs are over 5 minutes. Most of them have long outros, which has become a bit of a signature for Sam Fender's music. And I don't know. I just want to say that
quite a lot of this not over 5 minutes. I just want to get that point across.
Well, it seemed like everyone that I was looking at was over 5 minutes.
Facts here, guys.
Okay. All right. Well, whatever. Well, I will be positive, and I'll say that only 3.
4. I counted.
Fucking hell. Jesus Christ.
Sorry, 4. Yeah, but I mean, one of those is 4 seconds over 5 minutes.
That's
on 7 seconds over 5 minutes.
Well, they're still over 5 minutes, aren't they?
Yeah,
the two positives I will take from this album are a little bit closer. Yeah, that's one. A little bit closer. I just thought there was a little bit more oomph. I like the dynamics between the two vocals. It is Brooke Bentham, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I enjoyed that addition. Just was a bit more engaging. And TV Dinner, I really liked that one. That was a bit moodier. Did something that songs like Dead Boys and Play God did. They just had. I don't want to say disingenuous because Liam will slap me, and I don't think that is the word that I mean. But it's a bit grittier, and it's just like it's actually got something going on for it, and it's not just formulaic and just a little bit predictable, dare I say. Don't know. He's obviously really talented. He's a great songwriter, great vocalist. He said the other day he wants to do a punk album. Just fucking do something. Just do something.
That would be interesting.
Just don't do this again, please. Like it's fine. It's not bad, but it's just not interesting to me.
I do sort of get the point of being predictable, in a sense, because once you've started the song and it's played for a little bit, you can sort of see where the end goal is for the song. Pretty much every time. But the journey itself, I feel like, is still good, still enjoyable. That's our main difference there, really. But I would like to see him change it up big time, big styling.
It's probably a little bit different, and I'm sure I've said it to both of you, but it's a bit like Catfish the Bottomans' trajectory, where they didn't do anything different the third album. Sam Fender's changed up more than they did on their third album. But then they just completely plateaued. whereas they were headlining some festivals. Sam Fender's probably going to be headlining festivals this summer. And he can't do this again. I know there is a bit of progression, but if someone didn't know who Sam Fender was and you played 3 different songs from, there is still quite a close correlation between them. And it's hard to say, isn't it? Because obviously he's developed a style and he's got fans who like this style quite clearly. But I don't know. I just think he's talented enough to do something different and it work. And I would just like him to do that, personally.
It would be interesting to hear him do something heavier, like a full heavy album.
Yeah.
Or even just more along the Me and the Dog style. Because that was
I really like that song. I do really like that one.
It's a great song. It should have been on the album.
Yeah, I'd have had 3 positive things to say.
Great. I will say, for me, as someone that took a while to get into the second album, and like eventually I came to really enjoy it, this was much quicker for me on the uptake, definitely. But it doesn't quite reach the same highs as the second album. But it doesn't also have some of the slight lows of the second album. It does feel all pretty of an equal level of quality in my eyes. I think there's enough variety throughout the album to keep it interesting, for sure. Like there's just enough variety for me. Absolutely. I mean, obviously his vocals are the same throughout. You've got the constant of Brooke. But they work so well off each other, and Sam's voice sounds great, really well produced, and sounds just fantastic. Like instrumentally, I think is the thing that the more I've listened to it, is just listening to, like, once you know how the song goes, and you know enough about the vocals and the lyrics and stuff, but you start to listen to the little bits of instrumentation in some of the songs, is where it really starts to kind of like, you start to realize that the effort that's gone into it, and like what's creating like the wall of sound in most of these songs, which it's not like a big wall of sound. It doesn't like blast you away. Apart from like when like a little bit closer kicks in, for example, that's a great like. It reminds me of that. What's the Bob Dylan song with the harmonica? No, not the harmonica. The is it Mellotron or something? Just the keys that kind of comes in. How he
is it? No, it's not like Rolling Stone, is it?
Yes.
No. Is it that one?
I can't. I don't know. I don't know enough about Bob Dylan. It's the one on the film where the guy goes to the key roll and goes. Yeah. That one.
Is it Highway 60 something revisited?
I think it's Highway 61 revisited. I think it's called. But like that's a good moment, and that like showcases like the producing and stuff and the actual sounds that go into it. But throughout all the songs are these little moments. Raimi in particular, I love listening to all the little twinkly guitars and whatever else is going on there. Really pretty song. I feel like this is a good evolution from 17 Going Under, and I think like he still is exploring a lot of similar topics in terms of just like people struggling to get by and all the rest of it. I know you seem to think it's disingenuous, Callum, which I can understand.
It's not the right word. I don't know, because it's not any less prevalent, is it?
No.
So I get that, but
I think the difference for me is when it's kind of looking at the lyrics, is they seem very personal still. Like it definitely doesn't feel like this generic overview of poverty in the country. Do you know what I mean? It does seem the specific references to specific people and specific places and stuff, which I think he's really good at doing in lyric writing and what have you. So I think this is a really interesting step. I would like him to do something. This feels like a good projection now to go like a completely different direction. Like I feel like he's finished that arc from 17 to this. The first album, whenever I revisit that, always feels like quite a mishmash of ideas, really. As much of I think it's a solid album, great songs.
Debuts, doesn't it?
It does feel like a bunch of singles mashed together. But these last 2 albums do feel like a nice clear arc that's finished off. I'd be interested to see what next, but
it's obviously well crafted. It's very well produced, as you say. I don't know if it's a little bit too polished for my personal, because I like the gritty side and kind of like urgency of the early songs, because obviously he was a young lad with quite an obvious message he wanted to get out there, and
full of spunk.
It correct, absolutely full to the brim.
So
and,
full for you.
I don't know. I could appreciate it, but it's not for me, and that's fine. That is fine.
I suppose it has to be fine, doesn't
Music
it?
is not for everyone. That is that's fact of life.
I do want to say, I mean, it's an obvious point, but yeah, production is fantastic.
Yeah.
Really good. You can obviously hear the war on drugs influence from Adam in some or most of these songs, but like, you can also hear like, you know, TV Dinner is very Radiohead sounding, which is quite an interesting one every time that comes on. That starts and like, the first time it came on, I was like, has this gone on like a different album? And then he started singing, and I was like, oh, this is very strange. But yeah, there's some very interesting moments. They're still all very accessible, very easy listening, very radio.
Yeah.
Like I've had that on repeat for days because it's so easy to listen to and have in the background. And then when you want to pay attention, it's got all the goodness there.
Yeah, it's not something I'd actively put on, but if I wouldn't be opposed to it being on while I was doing something. But it's not really what I want from music personally. I want to be entertained and pulled in. Yeah. Either of you have anything else to say before we?
Any high moments?
Give it a
Jan,
rank?
any big moments on the album you want to call out?
To me, it's just the singles still. I really like Arms Length, and Wild Long Lie is possibly my favourite song. One of my favourite Sam Fender songs. These released, it just sticks with me a long time afterwards.
Yeah.
I think the closer as well is very good, very emotional.
Yeah.
Good way to end the album.
Wild Long Lie is still like just amazing. A little bit Close is great, which I know that was technically a single. The chorus of Chin Up is good. It's a great like big singer. And Between Him and Brooke sounds great as well. And Something Heavy has a great chorus as well. A lot of really easily sing-alongable songs. Great to see him live. He's going to be playing obviously most of these. Yeah. Next time he's touring, so.
80 quid as well, fucking robbing bastard.
Oh yeah.
Oh, we're well aware.
Don't we know? Yeah. There you go.
More fool you.
Right. Well, we've got to rate it.
Yeah. 6 out of 10 for me.
I think it's a solid 8 out of 10.
I'm torn between two numbers. One feels extremely harsh.
It's what, a 7 and 1 and 8?
Yeah.
Okay, man.
Are you on the right side of history, Ian? Look who you're closer to, either me or Callum Davies.
Or I could just be a centrist and go for 7.
Yeah.
Yes, you could.
Well, the mean will be, the Fool's rating will be 7 either way, so. Will it not? Or do we do mean, or do we do?
We do mean.
I mean, it'd be 7,
all right. Well, no, it won't be then.
6 recurring or whatever.
I think I'm going to have to say 7, but I'm probably going to hate myself for saying that.
Clever man.
Do we know what we gave 17 Going Under?
I can't remember.
Probably more than this. I reckon I'd have given that an 8. Screams of an 8. When I was younger and, full of hope.
Happy.
Yeah, it's a weird one really, because like I said before, I do really like 17, but like this just feels like it's kind of not replaced that, but like I feel like this is I'm more likely to throw this on as a full album. Like the single, like the big hitters of 17 Going Under are great, but most of the other album tracks I've had enough of now.
I've definitely. I think
Get You Down. I'm like long way off. I kind of like they were great at the time, but like I'm kind of done with them.
I think that's part of my problem as well, because we put some on in the car the other day, and I was just like, "This is just doing nothing for me."
Yeah.
I don't know if it was just completely overplayed. Obviously, the single 17 Going Under fuck me, you couldn't move an hour out for hearing that on TikTok. Gee willikers.
I mean,
Bloody hell.
To be fair, it still is a great song.
Undeniably, it's a great
I've come back
song.
around on that song actually. Yeah.
It's
Say
a
that
lot.
again.
What did you say, Jan?
I've come back around on that. Like, I really, really, really like that.
It slaps. It's a great song. It really is a great song.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm looking back through the track list now. 17 Going Under and and the rest I'm not really that I've heard enough of now. So it was about time for me to like get a new album, and I feel like this is coming well. Once again though, you know, me and the dog being left off, Angel and Lovian being left off the last album. What's going on here? Leaving the best songs off the album. It's some
In a world where
tactic, that isn't it?
In a world where physical media isn't as prominent, where I don't know if he did release a single, but like B-sides aren't really
different. B-side, Tyrants, which is a good. I mean, you'll probably hate it, Carl.
Did you write that when he was 14?
Yeah, good one. So what?
Nice,
Me and the Dog has been released on a record.
No, Me and the Dog's released on the CD single of People Watching. It is being released as a record store day thing.
Right. Okay. All right. Fair enough then.
Yeah. So
but there's this
Capitalism.
Really but the 7-inch version of People Watching has a song called Tyrants, which isn't anywhere else. It's on YouTube if you want to. Someone's recorded the record.
Yeah,
it's pretty awesome.
Well, I will not listen to that. But anyway, thank you very much for watching, listening. Please let us know what you think of the album. Yanni, this is your domain, mate. Please take over.
Like, subscribe. I'll start again. Like, subscribe, ding the bell, and like how I said, leave a comment. But do that down below about your thoughts on the album and on Callum.
Yeah,
I mean, within reason, please. Within reason.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Bye bye.